Hello, people. We are back. A2TP podcast, episode 285, and we are back for another episode of We. It's your boy, International Wall, and I'm sitting with the beautiful...
Your girl Tosh, the co-hostess with the mostest.
And we back for another
I sound like I'm
episode.
on the quiet storm.
Yeah, well, you sound like you was a news anchor just sitting there smiling, waiting for your cue. Yeah, you don't have to just grin for nothing. We back for another episode of us. How y'all doing out there? We good, y'all good, y'all back, we back. Let's get right to the show.
How are you? How are you? You go first. You haven't gone first in a while.
I went first last week, but
no,
I
you
go first.
didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Okay.
We can run the tapes.
What you got?
Run the tapes back.
What you got?
How are you?
I'm good.
Mentally?
Mentally, I am sitting here now. I feel like a 9.
Okay, all right.
So head is okay.
Good, good.
I'm on an upswing.
Financially?
Financially is a 8. Always leave a little pot there for God to say, okay, you might need a little something. pot down. So let me get that. Let me put a little something in there.
How's your work life going? Work
life is a 10. People from my office came past today. Love everything. Happy with everything. The client is super happy. Yeah, I'm just coasting these last 4 weeks and take a little break.
Okay. And physically, how you feeling?
Physically, I feel like 9.5.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, only because I had some downtime, but I'll get into that on the Wilds and Woes. But yeah, I feel like a 9.5.
Well, you
right
had
now.
some physical therapy too, because you wasn't, feeling that great physically.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So you don't want to give a shout out to your physical therapist?
I will.
Oh. Okay. You care about how I'm doing?
Yeah, how you doing?
What you got for me?
Uh-huh.
What you got for me?
How you doing? What's your mentals?
Mentally, I'm like a 8.5.
8.5?
Yeah, like a
Well,
8.5.
what's wrong?
Nothing is wrong. I'm good.
Why are you so empty-headed?
That's empty-headed? Yeah, I was about to say 8.5.
Christ.
No, I know you weren't like being dead serious.
Yeah.
I'm like
Right.
an 8.5.
Feeling like a mental midget this week? Just messing with you.
I think that's what it is. But yeah, I feel good. We'll talk. And
No, seriously, what's wrong? Don't even
no,
let that. We'll talk.
no,
shit.
nothing is. I promise, nothing is wrong.
Okay.
It could just be my, my cycle coming, feel a little mesomorph. I don't feel like anything is wrong. Nothing is bad. Yeah.
But what are you feeling? Wet the beak a little bit. What are you feeling?
What am I feeling? I feel fat. I feel a little discouraged. I feel about being fat.
Okay.
I feel emotional.
About being fat. Okay.
But that's it. Other than that, I feel. That's why I said it's nothing. And this could just all very well just be.
Do I have something to do with it?
With me being fat?
No, in the sense
No,
of like the weight loss and me saying like how thin I am and like you know how I don't brag about that around the house, but I do let you know every time I get on the scale like what
I'm not a hater at all, and whether you was losing weight or
I'm not saying you're a hater.
No,
you
what
cannot
I'm saying
be a hater and still feel a way because you're a human.
No, I'm not. It has nothing to do with you. If you weren't losing a pound, or if you were losing 99 pounds, my body is my body.
Okay.
So,
but if somebody else in the world said to me they felt the type of way about that, I would think they hating. If you're the only person that could say, well, I did feel a way about it. And I would listen to you to understand that I know it's not me, but it still made you feel a way. And I wouldn't think of you as hating. I would just think of you as a human. Like,
hating could be a strong word, but I'm one of those people, and you know this about me. People who really know me know this about me.
Just
like I am happy for people like
you are.
You
Now,
know how
I'm not
I
saying
am.
that.
So I think a hater is a kind of person who does feel like they look at somebody like, why you and not me?
Right, and I'm not saying you would ever be a hater, but you still can feel a way about something.
I know men's bodies are different than women's bodies, so that's to be expected. So no, that has nothing to do with it.
Okay.
You helped me And I mean, and I'm a confident woman, so it's not like you help boost my self-esteem, but you loving me the way that you do, if I never lost another pound, I know that would never change. So like,
I told you that.
I know. So that has nothing to do. Um, I guess in moments where I do feel like a little blah, that helps. But my weight loss that I want is not for you; it's for me. But it is a beautiful thing that I have a husband that loves me regardless. So yeah, that's
I
not.
get all that.
Yeah, so that's not a thing. But yeah, but other than that, I feel good. And again, my cycle is on its way, so it could just be, that.
Work.
Financially,
Oh, financially.
finances are good. Finances are, I say a 9, because God is really blessing us during this season. This is uh, a different, just a different lifestyle for us, and I'm just grateful for His provision and for His protection, and yeah, and for all that He does for us. So I'm great. Work. Work is a 9. I did a little bit of overtime this week, so I'm a little beat. But why are you laughing?
What you do overtime?
I did a little overtime. I had to move some furniture and stuff, and it wore me out a little bit. And I really ain't. I got some things on my plate I gotta get done. I got some projects I gotta do for my work. But work is good. Work is a 9, I'll say. Work is
some furniture that wore me out.
Yeah, I did a little overtime. Yeah. So yeah, that's that. And then physically, I feel good. I'm probably like a 9.5 as well. Like, I feel good. Nothing, is hurting. Um, I say this every month, and I know other women go through it. That like period headache that be creeping up a little bit. I could. That's why I got some coffee. Even though this is decaf, I should have made decaf.
Why you get no Motrin?
Why
you never try to nip it in the bud?
I do. It literally just started creeping. Just started creeping. But I will. I'm fine though. So that's why I said I'm a 9.5. Nothing is hurting, thank God. No back pain, no body pain, no aches. Everything is moving like it should. So I'm grateful. Wows and woes this week?
Wows and woes are all tied into one. Yeah, wows and woes are all tied into one. My wow is that I feel a little bit better. My woe is tied into the woe. My woe, I fucked my back up some type of way. I don't know how I did it, but it shut me down. Like, it shut me down. And anybody out there that got back issues or back pains, sciatica pain, like that shit, I feel for you. Like, I understand. And to be honest, I used to be that type of person because I can handle pain and, I just keep it moving. But back pain will shut you down to the point where you can't walk. The pain is just like constant. And I don't know what I did. I mean, I think, like, I remember you calling me or something and me turning around and saying, like, I think I tweaked something, but that was like so a while ago. And I kept saying, damn, I hurt my neck, paying attention.
But it was like that. If that was it took a few days to really set in.
I came home from work on a Friday and laid down on the couch, and when I got up, I couldn't get up. Like, my shit was locked up. It was in a bad place, and we was on our way to go do something and be away for the that was the next night.
We was going to eat.
Yeah, we was going.
But it kind of ebbed and flowed.
Oh my God! But the pain was like severe. Like there's kidney stone, and then right underneath that was back pain, and then underneath that was hernia. Like, that's how I would place those. But the back pain is just no joke. Like, it's not. I guess it's a muscle.
No, I think I think the nerve. Yeah, I think it's
nerve.
The
so
nerve.
It's just.
I think your muscle was inflamed and compressing the nerve.
So your nerve, your pain is just going to your brain to say it hurt, and that shit is like debilitating. Like, it really, really is. I feel for people, and the last thing you want to do is have a back operation, like a bacchiotomy. Yeah. You don't want to have that. But so I don't know. I did some sciatic exercises. My sister told me some things to do, and she comforted me just by, you know, explaining to her what was wrong, and she knew exactly what to do. But I Googled some stretches, and I did those. I did feel better. I got some heat on it a lot, and it loosened up a little bit. I could still feel it there. Like, you know, if I was to bend over and pick up something heavy, I'd be done. But I'm 49 next month, God willing. But back pain is no joke.
Yeah. Do you want to give a shout out to your physical therapist?
My physical therapist was the beautiful, my co-host, Miss Natasha Dees. She took me to the gym when I I came home from work and I knew she wasn't going to let me go to the gym. So when I come home, I usually open the garage for my car and back in. That's when she knows he's in for the day. I leave my car in the driveway when I'm going to the gym. So right after my back was hurting, I'm going to the gym. And she was looking like, no, you're not. And I was like, listen, Linda, listen. This is a psychological thing. This is the environment I want to be in. Just come stretch me out. I Googled these exercises. I need your help. And she came and bent me and, you know, got me right. So I appreciate that. I would have did the same for you. But,
absolutely.
And I'm glad you understood, like, we could just do this in the house. Like, no, I didn't want to be in the house. My body wanted to do what it normally does. I wanted to uphold my promise to God, and so I'm glad I went.
Yeah, I'm glad you went to it. And I don't need the accolades. I was just joshing you.
Know what you really wanted, the accolades?
No, I know that I helped you, and I'm happy that you trusted me to.
But if I wouldn't have did it, you'd have pressed me.
It wasn't that serious.
I feel like I would have pressed.
You know I did it. Like, yeah, just wanting you to feel better. That my wow was seeing you. I'm sorry. My woe was seeing you in as much pain as you were in. I have dealt with sciatic pain before, and that pain of like a shooting pain from your back down your butt cheek down your leg, and there is nothing that you can do to get comfortable to make it go away. Like even if you think, okay, you stretched a certain way, it went away momentarily, it be back.
Sometimes it's numb, sometimes it tingles.
Yeah, I remember walking. I remember when it was bothering me, I would just be walking and like your leg would like kind of go weak.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Woo,
that
like,
nerve.
Yeah, and to the point where you're scared to walk because you like, I don't know when that shooting pain is gonna come again. Like,
or when you gonna buckle.
Yeah, I remember being at work and having to be on my feet. Like I worked in a call center and would used to help people, so you kind of stand up to kind of oversee. So when somebody raised their hand and it'd be like, I can't walk left or I can't walk over there, which is what made me go to the doctor to see, like. And I remember my doctor saying he traced it almost exactly with his finger, like, does it go from here, like around your butt cheek down your legs? Was like, yes. And but I will say, like you said, you normally handle pain. There are only 2 times. I know with the hernia you had some pain, but there are 2 times that I have seen you in excruciating. 3 times when you hit your legs. At work, you had a work accident.
Table saw.
Yeah. When you had,
I broke my shin bones. You make it sound like it was like I hit your legs.
Okay.
Like I broke my shin bones, both of them.
You had casts and stuff, and like,
I didn't go to the hospital.
You were still walking with broken shins?
Yes.
I'm just asking.
Yes. I don't think you could have took it. A
piece
of wood slapping you in the shins like that.
No,
you were looking down and it was holes and you could see the bone.
You were very. I know how it feels if you like tap your shin the wrong way on the bed frame or something, so to be whack like that.
My pants blew off. When I came home, my pants was big ass. It blew off. That's how fucking hard that thing hit me.
Babe, that's why I said in our 25 years, that is one of only 3 times that I've seen you in excruciating pain. So I'm not negating your pain at all. I know how bad that was.
That shit could have been in an OSHA video.
When you had your kidney stone, I've never experienced. So I thought he was going in labor. Like when you see videos of women on the side of the bed, like having contractions, Like, I have never seen him like that before. And then this pain, when it hit him really bad Sunday morning after we did so much walking and physical activity on Saturday. Sunday was like, we had plans to meet with our family to do. I had to shut everything down. Like, nah, we had to get in an Uber where normally we would have walked to our location. Like, we had to pivot everything because I knew he was not okay the way he was in pain. So for me, that was my woe, just knowing like, okay, I got to get him home and rested. Like, that was my plan. I wish that he didn't go to work on Monday, but I knew he was going to. But I knew I had to get him home and rested.
I didn't want to kill the weekend and be a dud on the weekend. So it was like, I want to do and be a, you know, like, and be and participate. I don't want to be a, you just.
But I
stay
knew
in a
Sunday would
hotel.
have been too much.
But it was like, I did way too much Saturday. Way too much Saturday.
Yeah.
Way too much. And I paid for that shit because I woke up Sunday like, what the fuck?
And not to mention, we were in a very nice hotel.
Yeah, I was like,
but a
what
part
the
of their,
fuck?
you know, decor was the beds were very low. Which, you got back pain. That's the last thing you need is.
We had like 15 inches off the floor.
Yeah, that's the last thing you need is to be getting up. So it was serious. So that was the woe for me. The wow, I will say. There's moments that we have where they're just unexpected, and it's just a moment of love, of whatever it is. It just conjures up emotion. And today there was just an unexpected moment of praising God that I did not. It came out the blue. It wasn't expected, and it just really touched my soul to see. It's something about a husband leading or you know, honoring his headship, not just financially, not just physically, but spiritually. Like, and you know, we aren't in, you know, holy rollers, Bible toters. We don't go to church. We are believers, but you know, we just aren't there yet in our walk in life because of different circumstances, but nonetheless believers. So just to see that in my husband was just really touching for me in a lot of different ways. So that was just like God answers our prayers in moments and in ways that are people say God is mysterious. I don't think he's mysterious. We know, because if you believe in God, you know it isn't necessarily mystery. He's going to do what he's going to do. I guess what would be mysterious is you just not knowing when or how. But if you believe and you have faith, then it ain't no mystery, because you know he's going to do it and answer prayers that you have. And so that was just a while for me, just having a moment to praise and worship God together with my husband. Yep.
That was unexpected. I didn't know that. I guess I didn't really think about that. It just kind of happened. But okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What we do this weekend?
How was your weekend?
Yeah, what we do this weekend?
Hold the blueprint. So I had to think about this. I was talking about it with Toya. I don't know if there's any other rapper. Yeah, any other rapper. Like, I'm a huge T.I. fan.
Mm-hmm.
So he might be, but I don't know about what his audience would be like. It would depend on the venue or the setup, but he might be a possible. But there's no other rapper that I would want to go see in concert other than Jaÿ-Z.
It's more than just a rapper.
And this is our third time seeing like him. We saw him so this would be our fifth time overall, because we've seen him with Beyonce twice. So the show. Yeah. We went to, you know, for those who have been living under a rock and don't know, this was the 30th anniversary of the Reasonable Doubt album, 25th anniversary of the Blueprint album, and then he added a third show just to sprinkle a little something on there, extra innings, you know, in honor of the fact it was at a Yankee Stadium, innings, baseball, you get it. When we heard about the show announcement, it was in March. We immediately said we was going to the Blueprint show. Yeah. Reasonable Doubt, great album. The Blueprint for me is just solidified more, so such a poignant moment in life. Like I just remember that time, 2001, towards the end of the year was when like we solidified what we have, but just that I just remember
we grew
moments.
up listening to that.
Yeah,
That's what we grew up to.
yeah.
Like when we first got together, every time we drove somewhere,
that was our soundtrack.
We listened to the Blueprint, whether we was going to the park, whether we was going to Great Adventure, like what down the shore, like wherever we were going, the Blueprint album was on. Yeah. That's just what it was. And you rap those songs, I rap those songs. Like we grew up, 2001 all the way to like 05 we played that shit.
Hell yeah.
Like and I mean when 50 Cent came out in 03, we threw a little bit of that in there too. Because that was a dope album. But
and T.I.
the Blueprint was our shit.
Yeah.
Like that was our shit. When we got to the park and laid on the blanket, we put the Blueprint on. Mm-hmm. Like that was just our thing. Driving home, we put the Blueprint on. Like any music we played in the house, Blueprint was on. Yeah. So we kind of grew up on that particular album.
Yeah, that's because you figure 9/11 in 2001 when the tragedy happened with the World Trade Centers was when the album was dropped. October, so 6 weeks later was when again, and we had been dilly-dallying together, for a year or two prior to that. But October 2001 is what I identify as our anniversary, where we again solidified. We're not been together since that moment, since October 2001. So you're talking about this album came out 6 weeks before we was together. So this was like the soundtrack of us growing together, like this album, and it was just one of the moments. And seeing him previously,
hold up on a second. And it was a time where we bought this CD. This was no streaming. This was no MP3. We bought this album, and it was like listen to it in the CD player.
Yeah. The other concerts that we've been to before, it was like the first was it the Black album that we went to was the first concert where he showed up like a hour 45 minutes. Okay, and then the 444 show. Again, those were his individual shows that we went to see him. But they, that's new music. So this. It's kind of like when people go to like an old school concert, you go see the old school, whether it was the Bad Boy concert or whoever. This was like an old school Jaÿ-Z concert. Mm-hmm. The vibes were immaculate.
Take you back
like
to yesterday.
It just was a beautiful night in terms of weather. And, people can say what they want. Some people who went to night 1 felt like it was better. Some people who went to night 3 felt it was better. Some people who went, I seen quite a few people say they felt like night 2 got cheated. And what it reminded me of is comparison is the thief of joy. Yep. Like you went to what the show you went to, and it was a great show. If there wasn't a night 1, if there wasn't a night 3, look at what you got, and I have no complaints. I will say it was a tad bit short, I thought, but not even in a realm of comparing it to night 1 or night 3. I just would have appreciated a longer show just because it was so good. But
the set list for night 2 was 37 songs, so it was 90 minutes. We didn't know the amount of songs or how long it would be until after, but I think it was one of the best shows because, and again, we've seen him before rock out with longer sets and a lot more songs, but the venue, the huge stage, that big ass screen behind him, Yankee Stadium, like that's not like any other show. Like those are shows people are going to talk about 5, 10 years, 20 years from now. Like, yo, remember when he's at the stadium? Like, yeah, we'll be like, we've been there. We was at one of those shows. So that's like a moment thing. Like one of them things like when we missed the Roots picnic. Yeah. It's like those are moment things where it's like, damn, I got some FOMO. Like I should have been there.
We always say the last Bad Boy reunion tour because there will never be another one. That's a FOMO for me too. But I do feel like for this, we knew we were going to be part of that history of making sure we were there. And the weather, there was a lot of conversation about a lot of different things.
Rain, the heat.
Yeah, people were saying that stadium gets hot. It had been rainy leading up to that weekend, so we didn't know if it was going to rain, so we thought about ponchos. Everything was perfect.
Yep.
Everything, everything, the only negative, if you want to look at it that way, but it's to be expected because we've never gone to a concert out of our own city. the traffic situation. So like if we go to a concert, we got our own car.
Right.
Trying to navigate that, we spent $160, $170 between getting there and back. The Uber getting there, the Uber
$99 on an Uber to go 9.2 miles in 55 minutes.
Yeah. And I
and
will
it was
tell you,
$99. Like New York is different. Like
yeah.
it's
well,
different.
I think too it was because they knew it's one of them. Supply. And they knew and that was cheap. That was the cheapest. That was
when you went to Uber when we was in front of the hotel, it was $182, $179 to get there. It was like, and that shit is 9 miles away from where we stayed. 9, not even 10 miles. That shit's supposed to take 10 minutes. It took 55 minutes and it cost $99.
Yeah, with a stinky driver.
Yeah, he kept farting like that. It was bad, but I think it was one of the better shows. I was in for a treat, and I got everything I wanted. Like the day plan it was perfect. Like got, except for the pain I was in. We got there. We got our hotel. There was no hiccups with that. The hotel was beautiful. It was nice. I wish we were there, like not for just one night, so you can enjoy the hotel. Not that I would have went clubbing, but I probably would have peeked in there.
Yeah, or even sat in the lobby because they had a DJ.
I'd have did that. But and everything went well. We got our dinner on time. That was okay. But we went to where did we go? Philippe Chow. And that was just okay. But so everything worked out time wise. Got some weed, went to the dispensary, did all the things I had to do, and we were on our way. But I just think it was an awesome day, an awesome show.
It was.
Like I said, it was the fireworks, just the magnitude of that stage. It was so big, and just Jay was on it by himself, and he was so fucking cool. He wasn't like rushing through shit. He was like, he just so chill and just know what he doing. Like he's so calculated. So it just was a dope show, man. Like I would go see him, and I know he's doing Los Angeles and London next. Like I would love to go to one of those shows, but who got $8-9 grand to spend?
Nope, I priced it out. London $2,500. That's for flights, hotel, and tickets. And the crazy thing is, this is one of these things in America where it's annoying because it's like with this whole Ticketmaster thing. Like I know there has been some individual artists, Olivia Dean recently, and I think Taylor Swift did it too, where they shut that down with like the resellers trying to make these astronomical profits. The UK does not allow that. Like 2 tickets, and I did the convert because it was like £185 per ticket, and I'm like, what, calculate it, so it would come to $500. And I think it was $365 for 2 tickets, which was like $500. I'm like, that's crazy. And none of the tickets, I mean, except for like VIP, which was standing only, which that ain't for me. Even if I'm going to be standing on my feet 99% of the show, that 1% I want to sit down, I want to have a seat. Mm-hmm. But none of the tickets were astronomical prices. But I just said it to say the U.S. with this capitalism and how they allow people to do with these tickets, which unfortunately was it backfired for some people for a Jaÿ-Z show because they bought tickets with the intent to resell, and people have caught on now, and what they started doing is buying tickets at the very last minute because they know, okay, people now just want to get rid of them and at least get their money back, if nothing, if they don't make a profit. So a lot of people are waiting to the very last minute to buy tickets for shows. But yeah, it's crazy. Like,
so he comes out, starts the Blueprint album, and does, what was the first song you did?
Ruler's Back.
The Ruler's Back, and then he brings out Slick Rick. After he does that, Slick Rick's chain was as big as a shirt. Like
it was like an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper.
It was bigger than that.
Oh.
It was big. It came down to his belly button from up here. Like it could have been. It was so big. And he's always known for having this ridiculous jewelry.
But I thought it looked nice. Like sometimes his jewelry has looked so gaudy. That was gaudy, but it looked rich.
It was ridiculous. Yeah, because he looked good and clean and all that kind of stuff. Sound wise, he didn't sound that great.
And he had on one piece.
Yeah. Sound wise, he didn't sound that great, but Slick Rick's a legend. I enjoyed him, like, just to see him out there, like, just knowing like he didn't pass or nothing like that.
Yeah.
But Slick Rick was dope as hell. But then he does all the Blueprint songs and then mixes in a bunch of other shit in there too. But he did Renegade, and so people, when you hear Renegade, you start to think like, all right, this is he got a feature on here of Eminem, like, that would be crazy if Eminem comes out. And sure enough, man, when he get to that part and Eminem starts creeping out that tunnel, that fucking place went bananas.
Yeah.
Bananas. And being as though M is like who he is, like, he takes that shit super serious. So he's got his little stalk going on, and like that shit just was insane to see. Like, you had to be there.
And M did Lose Yourself.
Yeah.
And the crowd lost itself. I'm talking about, like, you felt all that energy. Well, that is one of the most encouraging, motivating songs.
Yeah.
The moment you own it, you better never let it go. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. Opportunity knocks once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, you was preaching to yourself just to hear him do that. Because Eminem don't pop out.
No, the loudness, like that shit, I felt that shit was in my chest. And it was, because again, he don't pop out. So to see him up there was like it just makes you think, like, you recognize the star power of Jaÿ. Like, motherfuckers will come out for him. Like, stop what they doing, fly in, do whatever they got to do. But if he doing something as with the magnitude of Yankee Stadium, like, nah, M came out there and crushed that shit. He sound clear, and he 50-something too. Yeah. So it was like, these dudes, man, like, they are real MCs, rappers, breath control, art. Like, these dudes is still, like, they hit their stride and was in the, man, that shit was insane. It was just insane.
And like you said, how people will pop out. Jaÿ-Z, who appeared, as y'all probably know, on night 3, has a current residency in Vegas. Canceled one of his nights to fly in. Yeah. Like, that's when you know, like, Jaÿ is that guy. Yeah. He's that guy.
And I know on night 1, which you always thought on night 3, but night 1, Beans and Bleak and all them dudes was there, and we didn't get a chance to see that. But what we saw, I thought was like one of the better shows.
I mean,
because I seen the clips of the first show, I seen the clips of the last show. Number 3, that show, they waited 5 hours. It's because they had a security thing, so that's an X for me. I don't give a fuck who came to that show. I'm fucking tight. I'm hot. I'm counting down the seconds to get the fuck out of here. So that shit would have been a blur to me, and I wouldn't have enjoyed myself. Like, my pet would have been gone. Yeah.
I mean,
Reasonable Doubt, I don't think you would have enjoyed that night with me, because I enjoyed that album too, but I don't think you was into Jaÿ-Z.
I would have enjoyed listening to it, but I don't know that album. Right. Yeah.
So I'm glad we picked the Blueprint. Like that.
I am. And don't get me wrong, hearing M was phenomenal. Pharrell also performed. Yes, he was great. Now, I think night 3 was, barring all the issues that happened, I think night 3 was a better overall show, but I don't have any regrets, because again, Jaÿ-Z, I like Jaÿ-Z's energy, but I don't know Jaÿ-Z's music. And like, my sister just recently went to the residency in Vegas. I saw people's videos that were ecstatic that Jaÿ-Z came out with Jaÿ. My sister, which I'm so happy for her, my other sister, my nephew bought her tickets for her birthday, which was July 8th. So they they flew in. That 5-hour delay scared me, because I'm thinking, oh my goodness, even if they get tickets refunded, you talking about flights, hotel. So despite the delay, she loves Jaÿ-Z, so I'm happy she got a chance to see it. For me, that wouldn't have, I don't know Jaÿ-Z. Again, I like his energy, but I don't know his music. Mm-hmm. The clips being there, okay. Pharrell was good. Dream, JD, I think that so Money Ain't a Thing, like, that's dope. Usher singing Heart of the City. Dream. No
Church in a While. That's one of your joints.
Yeah, I love No Church in a While. Watch the Throne. That's Jaÿ and Kanye. that is in my top 5 albums. I love that album.
Mm-hmm.
So again, and of course Tiana, my girl, they said her mic wasn't, it was
She
something
sound
going
like
on with
shit,
the audio, but I love Tiana Taylor as well. Seeing Rihanna, even though people was like her performance was very lackluster, I don't know if we'll ever see Rihanna perform again, so that would have been great. We've seen B perform a bunch of times, but being able to see her would have been awesome. So overall, I think the third show was a better show, but I am happy we went to the show that we went to.
Yeah,
like,
even
I have
though we
no
didn't
regrets.
get no B, because on night 1 he opened with B.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I guess she came out again on night 3.
Yeah.
But I was super happy with.
Yeah,
with
I have
show.
no regrets.
And I had no regrets. It was smooth. It was clean. It was like I said. I felt that shit in my chest. Jay did his thing out there. Like he tore the house down, and I would go see him anytime he's in the area of the 4 or 5 states around me. Like he just that dude, man.
Wait, so I saw people talking about live streaming, right? I'm like, I didn't know it's being live streamed. And then somebody explained like, well, no, certain people are opting to do it themselves. It was like, okay, somebody was like, if you search Jaÿ-Z Yankee Stadium on TikTok and go to the live option, you'll see. So I saw this page. I'm like, okay, and I'm looking like, it ain't no show yet. Like, what? So I text my sister like, everything cool? Or sister, I'm like, everything cool? She like, yeah. It probably was like 9:30. Like she's,
and the night before he came on at 9:15 for us.
9:11. It was specifically at 9. Yeah. Well, I say that because of the significance.
Yeah.
It was 9/11, but it was like, what's going on? Then by like 10, I think the last time I looked and I saw that it still wasn't a show started, it was 10:23, and it was like I'm going to bed. But I remember laying there thinking like, I hope they don't cancel this show. I just really felt bad. And I know my sister wasn't. Yes, they got there early to avoid the crowd. They were there at 6:30. Took a nap.
Show started at 12:15.
I just was hoping. I know my sister wasn't the only one that flew in, but I just was hoping that it was not canceled for her safety.
We had that kind of experience when our first time going to a boxing match. Like we didn't know.
That had all these
undercards. So
not just the televised undercards.
Yeah, it started at 6. So we like, okay, like we never been. We excited. Let's go to the boxing match. We go to the Madison Square Garden and we sitting there.
It was like 10 undercards.
It was kids fighting, women, people you didn't know. Then the TV undercards came on. Tank didn't come on walking out that motherfucker till midnight. We have been there since 6 o'clock.
Tired.
So it's like, nigga, like fight and let's get out of here.
Yes.
So yeah, I understand like sitting 5-6 hours waiting on what you paid the ticket for.
Yeah. Thank God the weather was good. I mean, it started getting a little bit cool, but thank God the weather.
We wasn't hungry.
But I mean the night that they were there waiting.
Right.
Yeah.
Our night too, though.
Oh yeah,
like, the weather was good. We wasn't starving. Like we had ate before, so and it kind of happened on time at 9/11, and the significance of the show, like it was just it was huge, man.
I wasn't expecting him to come out at 8. By 9 o'clock, it was like, okay, what time is he gonna start? And then at 9:11, like it started. But I never expected him to start at 8. But I like to, and I learned this from my husband, because he's a very punctual person. But when it comes to concerts, I want to see, now, you like, regardless of who I go see, if there's they don't call them undercards. What do you call it? Like openers and stuff. I don't care how small of an act they may be. I want to see everything in my ticket paid for, and I want to be in my seat comfortable. I don't want to be rushing with the hustle and bustle of the people. So when it comes to a show, I have learned to, like, I want to be there and be in my seat and be comfortable. Not maybe hours ahead of time, but I want to be in my seat and be comfortable. That's how we got introduced to Luke James. Mm-hmm. Went to see Beyonce one year, and Luke James opened up, and he was amazing.
That motherfucker can sing.
Woo! He was amazing. It was like, and it was, because he was the opener, It was the crowd. I mean, it was probably 20% of the stadium filled by that point because other people don't always come in.
And the other rap boy, we didn't know Vic Mensa at that time. We didn't know who he was. He tore that shit down before Jaÿ. And we was like, who the fuck is that? And, it was
and
like,
now he eat them oranges off the tree and be schooling everybody on life.
And we seen him years ago when he wasn't Vic Mensa. He was opening for Jaÿ, and it was like, that dude is dope as hell.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I want to go and see that. It's like you want to go to the movies and see the previews.
Yes.
You don't want to be coming in fucking tardy. Like, nah, you don't want to do
Yeah,
that.
I want to see it all. Everything my team, and I want to be comfortable in my seat. Again, I don't want
Now the boxing thing, I might not do that again. No. I might say if it started at 6, I'm getting there at 8. But because I know he's not walking out the fight until 11 or 12.
Yeah.
So I'll do that. But seeing them kids fight, I'm talking about we seen like 12, maybe a dozen fights, including women. Yeah. It was unbelievable. We were sleepy.
One thing I will say too, and this is a big shout out to New York, and I think this also has something to do with the who this audience catered to, our generation, and maybe even maybe a little bit younger and a little bit older, but not much younger. I didn't see, even like on social media, no fights or anything. Mm-mm. Every event we have been to in New York, boxing, comedy, the damn comedy shows at Madison Square Garden, there has always been a fight in the audience. Yeah. Always. Yeah. We said that every time I don't remember what was the third one, but I know it was when we went to see Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, and Kevin Hart, they was fighting. When we went to see Tank, the boxing match, it was something else. Yeah,
we came outside and started popping at Tank. Remember?
That was at the Barclay then. Okay, it was something else we seen at Madison Square Garden where they were fighting again. They were also fighting. Mm-hmm. So this Yankee Stadium, the Bronx, in the middle of the hood, thousands of people flooding the streets afterwards. The sub right stadium? There, like
that shit was like this, like you couldn't move,
and you couldn't have no beef with nobody because people were saying like, excuse me, like you don't even have like we're gonna bump each other. It's no reason to be like we had no choice. Like only thing I told him, I had my pocketbook kid because that's when pickpockets could get to you. I was so surprised to see somebody I knew. We both kind of looked at each other because it's dark, and I'm like, I can't see that good, and she looking, and we gave each other a hug and kept it moving. But it was a thicket, thicket of
who the fuck
people. Robin, she was a year under me at Girls High. Girls High girls are everywhere. Yeah. So yeah, it was a great weekend.
Show. Great.
Besides my baby back hurting,
I did not know.
It was a great. Yeah.
If I think I should have took an Uber. I should have took an Uber to the hotel. Shouldn't have walked there.
Yeah.
And I probably should have saved my energy just to rap.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to do. Like I wanted to enjoy the music and rap. So I wanted.
Were you very uncomfortable during the show?
Yeah, because the seat was like tight and hard. Okay. I didn't want to keep hitting dude next to me. So yeah, you're not like as comfortable as
no, but I mean as far as your back.
Yeah, because the adrenaline was in there, so I didn't feel that.
Okay.
But when we left, it was like, yeah, nigga, you did too much. When we was standing on that corner waiting on the Uber, it was like, yeah nigga, you did too much.
Yeah.
You did way too much. I just didn't know it would be that severe on Sunday morning. Sunday morning was like, oh my God, like am I going to the hospital in New York?
Yeah.
Because this is fucking bad.
Yeah. But great. Thank you to my baby for coming through. We said, and the show was announced. I remember, I think we found out about it when we were in Georgia for our niece's graduation.
Yeah.
I booked our hotel March 19th. Like,
it's crazy
I was on it because I knew that would be an issue.
March 19th, I probably booked those tickets 2 weeks after that. So it had to be beginning of April or the end of March. But so it wasn't like I lingered.
End of April.
I mean the beginning of April or the end of March. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't like I lingered or just bullshitted. I wanted to get the tickets quick. And them motherfuckers was like $750 a piece. And the taxes and shit, that's a pretty good amount of money.
Well, and then just resale.
But just to think that you could have got, sat in queue and all that kind of shit and got like lower costing tickets, it's just ridiculous.
Well,
It's
well, that's why.
and again, lots of our concerts and lots of our tickets that we go to are resale.
Yeah.
Like lots of them. And
But
we always
people
have
knew.
great seats. We always have, we don't spend a lot of money. Like it's not outrageous, but everybody know, like, okay, New York, it's Jay.
They knew how bad people were in the
you're gonna pay
those.
something, but it didn't pay to buy them immediately. This is my point in saying all this. It didn't pay.
No, it would have if you got them at face value, is what I'm saying.
Okay, well, getting them at face value. But then to come to find out, they all dropped anyway at the end when it got closer to the show. Before the resellers, a lot of people were saying those tickets had dropped. And now I don't know about $500, but a lot of people wasn't paying $1,500.
No, the people did not pay that amount. Well, and the thing is, a lot of the resellers dropped their prices as well, because people wasn't buying. They
just wasn't biting for fucking $3,000 a ticket, $2,000 a ticket.
Yeah, people wasn't, wasn't doing that.
And some people was doing it as a hustle, like I'm gonna buy two $800 tickets and sell them for $1,500 a piece.
Yeah,
but nobody was biting. And they had to drop them shit.
The whole ticket thing, like when tickets go on sale and you just have to be prepared. And again, our life is situated that, if there was another show during this season, I have the capacity. But you got to be one of the people who prepared to sit, sit on the phone for 4 hours with your phone on speakerphone and wait, not on speakerphone, but like queue online and waiting for your turn. I will say this, like you said, it wasn't a money thing at all. It was a timing thing because our seat, I like where we sat. Like we were right in front of the stage. We could see everything clear. Like it was just how much you paid. But I am not, I would not have wanted to have floor. I like not being on the floor. Some of the worst money I think we spent, and I am grateful that you were gracious enough. You told me just go ahead, get whatever I wanted. When we went to see Beyonce, the first act one, floor seats, I think they were $900 a piece. And I think for me, my expectation was that because that album was so like, you can break my soul. Like, I have to say this. The LGBTQIA plus community, y'all let me down. I thought it was going to be like a party down there on the floor. Like everybody was watching this show. Like, so that was kind of, I wanted to like.
Gay as shit down there on the floor.
Pause.
But it was gay down there though.
It was like, I thought it was going to be a lot of dancing.
And I don't mean that in a derogatory way, but it was.
I just felt like it wasn't the party atmosphere that I thought it was going to be. So for me, I am okay with not being on the floor. The seats that we had were so good.
Tight. Them plastic white chairs on the floor.
Oh yeah.
They were so tight. They was weak. You couldn't sit and turn. The people was like this on you.
And we had kind of worked our way towards the end so we could kind of get in the aisle. But I also feel like this is the thing. When you on the floor, everybody's standing up. You got to stand up to sit. If you're elevated, even if you choose to sit down, you still can like see through the people. Yeah. So that's what, that's one of the things. But I had a great time. Great time. Thank you, husband, for everything that you do, for us. Thank you for just, being my partner for life. You're my favorite concert partner. And I know depending on who it is and when it is plays an important part because, you can't play Sunday through Thursday because you got to get up early for work. Mm-hmm. So Friday, Saturday shows, me and my guy.
Yeah. So. Jay tore it down. Shouts out to Jaÿ-Z. Shouts out to just Beyonce, this whole family. Like this is the dope. And they tore that shit down, man. They tore it down. And like I said, if he was coming to Washington, if he was coming to Delaware, anywhere around us, like I'm going. And again, I don't know how often he'll do these shows. Shit, it's been 10 years. Yeah. So I don't know when the next, these albums will be 40 years old or, and 35 years old. So I don't know. And the symbolism behind the show of B cutting his hair. But in the past, Jay has always grown his hair out when he's doing a new album. And he cuts it when he's done. So that it symbolizes. And the shit that Pharrell was talking about, he's the best and he's got some shit coming and all that kind of stuff, may be.
Oh yeah, I
new
definitely
Jay-Z
think
album.
he got music.
So
coming.
if he got a new album, then next summer will be for Beyonce. Then the summer after that, he'll be touring again. So you might see him again in 28.
Or who knows? They might do a Mr. and Mrs. again.
Could be.
You never
Could
know.
be. But if y'all out there,
Because
if y'all
I'm sorry,
the,
if you think about this, when they did On the Run, and On the Run 2, that was both of them, and then they had the Carters album. But if you think about it, they can be two independent artists, both with new music. Like look at Chris Brown and Usher right now, and they're both headlining, so they could headline Well, I heard mixed. I heard mixed. I know what you said, but I know somebody who just went to the show and it was like Usher did their thing, and I know some people have said he has not all the nights. So maybe he held out some because he knew he was headed up to New York and he was conserving some of his energy. So I don't know, but somebody just went and was. She had a whole bunch of videos. She said Usher did this thing, but I'm just saying, they could be co-headliners. You never know.
Yeah, they did it in the Carter store. They did it in, On the Run. So it can happen.
Yeah.
If y'all have disposable funds out there in the future, or just want to see like these people, these are the people.
If you're a fan,
yeah, you're a fan. You should want to invest in like our culture. And a lot of people might have shit to say about Jay-Z and Target and all that other shit. Whatever. Music is music, and that's what I'm talking about here. Music.
Yeah.
Where the fuck were you when the Blueprint was out? How old were you?
And just live entertainment, concerts, comedy shows, like that's always been like our favorite thing
because
to
it's
do.
An experience. I was tried to lean over to tell her, "You're here. Put your phone down." And you wasn't over ODing. Let the people know you wasn't ODing, but it was like, this one of your favorite songs. Like, put the phone down. You was like, oh yeah, right.
Well, like, it was a couple. Well, one, my sister and I have an agreement. Anytime.
Well, I knew that. I'm not talking about that. I knew you was gonna call it. As soon as I heard the beat, it was like, yeah, she gonna call it. Like, I knew that.
Yeah.
That's happened 15 times in my life before, so I knew what to expect when you hear that.
Song. I just wanna love you.
Yeah. So that was dope. It just was a dope show. If y'all want to invest in something, invest in a Jaÿ-Z ticket. That's a dope experience.
Our opinion. Have your own.
Yeah. 3 grams?
Yep.
Mitch McConnell dead?
I think he's on his way. I don't think he's dead, because I don't think that the secret would have been kept.
That's what they do.
No, the government does. I think somebody would have leaked it, whether it's hospital. Like, I think somebody would have leaked it to somebody if
he was in hospice, and that's something that you
push the thing.
That's something that they pay for that. It's not
privacy
right now.
Okay, that's
fine. They pay for that.
No, so, I'm just saying, in this day and age of social media, people sneaking to report something to somebody. Just my opinion, I think whether it's another patient in hospice, whether it's a nurse, I think that word would have seeped out.
I think if Chadwick can do it, I think Mitch can do it. Like I don't see a difference in that. Like, if you got a close team around.
Well, he was sick. Like they didn't tell us that he was sick.
Right, but there's something a lot more to uphold. Like they do that to not get the seat. Like, if the seat's open, then a Democrat can slip in there. But if they want to hold out until, which is crazy to keep him on ice till November, that is plausible. It makes a little bit of sense.
I don't think he's dead.
They can weekend at Bernie's him for a couple of months.
I don't think he's dead. I think he may be
brain dead.
Yeah, like he may be in a vegetative state where he is considered technically alive. I believe they would do something crooked like that. But I don't think that I think whether it's via mechanical devices, medicine, whatever, I think he's somewhere with his heart still beating. Now, whether his brain is still working, I don't think so. But I think he's somewhere still with his heart beating, and they're probably holding out until, to avoid his seat getting filled from someone else, which is horrible to do. But I don't think that he is actually dead. That's my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think he's dead. I mean, he was sick when he was alive. Like he would, glitch
and all
black
that.
out
Yeah.
and all that.
I
kind
think
of
somebody
stuff.
would have just snuck and told. That's just my thought. I think somebody would have leaked something to say what.
But let's play it out. Who? If they didn't tell anybody, if you got a tight circle in the doctors or the hospice that they pay for, he dies in there. Who gonna tell?
But you got to think. Okay, think about this. You got a nurse that could whisper something to her husband. Her husband tells his mom, like, don't tell nobody. Like, people in this world,
I get it.
this sensationalism, like I think there would be a leak from somewhere that it would come out that he's dead. Which I think then, if it did, then they would like rush to be like, oh, we want to announce as if it just happened. Mm-hmm. But I don't think you're right. He might have a tight circle, his family or whatever, that is keeping it, all together. But I think any outside person it could potentially leak from there.
Did you see the government picture?
Where with his wife that they said
where he was sitting in a chair holding a newspaper?
Yeah.
Like, that's bullshit. Why would they put that? I was on the White House page.
Who knows? They could have gave him a shot of adrenaline just to pop him up and
it's AI.
Oh, that was AI?
Yeah, that was AI.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So that's not even a real picture.
That's sad.
But that comes from the White House. What's that saying?
Are you surprised?
Well, no, because they put all kinds of shit. It's not like
they said it was thousands of people at a concert, and you can see in a man's glasses it was a couple dozen, and then they just cropped him out the picture. So I ain't surprised by nothing they say.
Graham too. And talking about the government, Boosie. We don't usually talk about Boosie on here, but Boosie said he was scammed for $600,000 for a pardon. Mm-hmm. Said he got, I can't think of the guy's name. I had it earlier, but he talked with a guy, and they charged him $600,000, and he was, jumping around his house thinking he gonna get the pardon. They think he dealt with a lobbyist. He filed his papers with the court to sue the guy, and the government, the White House, responded saying they know who the guys are, they're lobbyists, and anybody who deals with those guys, you're going to hurt your chances for a pardon. The pardon comes directly from the president, and those two guys are no good.
And supposedly they had told him that they had talked to the White House. There were 9 people that were scammed, Boosie being one of them. I don't know how much the other people paid, but Boosie was like, y'all got the wrong one. Y'all got the wrong one. He said he gave them some time. I think he might have said 3 months. Yeah, to give him his money back. And they didn't give him his money back. So this is not like this has been going on. And not only did you scam him, rob him, but emotionally to think that you were pardoned of something and now you find out that you weren't. I kind of blame him in a sense of not knowing. And you know what? Let me take that back, because maybe I'm the one that don't know. You can pay for it. I know not legally, but is that something? That's crooked if anybody has paid for a pardon. I think it's bad you got to pay for your Hollywood star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, but you pay for a pardon?
The government here, like they killed the president before.
Yeah,
like, we're not. So I'm not.
That's
surprised.
why I took it off Boosie and I put it on me.
You can pay for a pardon. Like if you got the right money, I'm sure, and the president wants to accept it on some backdoor shit. If you Trump, that's why people don't understand Puff not getting out. Because he got the money to say, I can grease your palm. Like, make this shit as legal as possible. But when I do get out, I'm going to hit your hand hard.
But did you hear what happened about him in his house?
Yeah, he sold it for $55 million.
Well, when he was trying to get that $50 million bail deal, he was going to sell it then, but then the bail got rejected. So then he was trying to renege on the sale, and the guy was like, nah. So he had to sell it. But going back to Boosie, this is one of the moments too where I feel like and I don't know who they is, but they better protect Boosie, because I feel like, and again,
can't win this.
No. What I'm saying is, he is revealing information that I would think I'm not I'm a pretty intelligent person. I'm not a legalese. I'm not a government expert or anything like that, and I don't fake to be so. I'm not in a political person. I don't know much about politics at all. But I would think that I'm not the only one that didn't know that people are out here paying for pardons. And if this is information now that I think this is going to blow up, that people are realizing, and not to say that other people have the common man has the money to do so, because obviously if he's paying $600,000 and he has direct access to some lobbyists, this is something that you're doing at a higher level than the average criminal. But still, this is something that's probably catching the eyes and ears of people like, oh, this shouldn't be allowed in the government. You're buying a pardon?
Yeah.
So that's why I say they need to protect Boosie, because they could be like, zip it. Like, you're spilling the beans.
Like, it's almost like inevitable. Well, when you start to let your imagination run wild, if you're opening up that can of worms where you're saying some shit that you shouldn't be saying, or talking about some shit you shouldn't be talking about, they got Jason Bournes in the government.
That's
they got
why I say
shit that they can
Boosie.
make happen. They had a guy tied to a tree who said he committed suicide and shot himself with a shotgun. They had people, cars that just wouldn't stop. The brakes went and they was going 125 miles an hour into a fucking tree. Like, they've done some shit. They can send some people to shut you up if they want you shut up. And if it gets to that point, like, oh, he's spilling the beans and we can't have this be a story. Like,
exactly.
Like,
that's why I say protect Boosie.
Especially with that amount of money.
And you know what else this makes me think? Didn't Lil Wayne get a pardon?
Yeah.
And I remember in hearing that, again, having no knowledge that like you could pay for this. But
Nicki Minaj's her husband got some type of leniency with his. I don't know if it was a pardon, but that was the whole thing of get on his side, take a picture with him, and this is where the pardon comes. Because I remember Lil Wayne did the same thing. I don't know if he paid, but that picture was the shutdown for like.
But now I remember with Lil Wayne, me thinking like, why was Lil Wayne on Trump's radar? Like, right? Like out of all the people to get pardoned and stuff like that, like why he care about and I'm not saying whether Lil Wayne should or should not have, but why he care about Lil Wayne? But now it's making me think, did he pay for a pardon? And who, like, how, this is crazy that this is a thing. And I would also think, which this is why I say again, protect Boosie, because it's opening a can of worms. I refuse to believe that these lobbyists who are being paid to push this agenda to the president and they ain't lining the president's pockets. Because what
I don't think they pushing shit.
Well, I'm saying if they were doing their job, and their job of lobbying for you to get a pardon. So these people were scammers.
Right.
But I'm
That's
saying
what I'm
other
saying. I don't
people
think they're doing shit.
So you don't think nobody
No,
has
I think
been
it was all. I think that kind of shit, like the correspondent in the report said, that goes to it's through a different person. These two men, if you deal with these two men, it's going to hurt your chances of getting a pardon.
So you don't think there's other lobbyists that are being paid that aren't scammers? That those two are scammers. You don't think there's other ones that are whose pockets are being lined to push the agenda?
No, I don't think lobbyists get pardons. I think they push for their own interests and laws and shit like that. But I don't think these two white men gives a shit about some goddamn.
No, I'm
Boosie.
not saying they care about Boosie, but they care about $600,000.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. Not these two white men, but other lobbyists for the money. Not that they care anything about the criminals or the person. You don't think no one else is doing it for the money?
No, I think these guys are scammers. I think that's a scam to buy a pardon from these fucking or any assholes. Like, I don't think it works that way.
I don't think it's supposed to, but now I'm feeling like it has been working that way.
I think it could work like I could work like that with Trump, like one-on-one, because again, it can be legal beagle on the books. Everything was legal. I wanted to do this. I'm the president. I could do it. But when you come home, somehow on the back end, you hit my hand. You do something for me. You give some type of shit to a charity, and that's gonna be my like the cash that you owe me. And it ain't gonna be public or anything. But it ain't gonna be no signs of you paid for a pardon. It's gonna look like I just gave you a pardon.
Well, that though, so I think we're saying the same thing. No, it's not going to be signs because it's done in secrecy, which is why they're gonna Jason Bourne Boosie.
Yeah, but I think you're saying that there's lobbyists out there legally who.
No, not legally. I'm not saying that that's their job, but I'm saying under the table, it's like, all right,
Oh well,
cool
I don't know if but I don't think that's their job. Is what I'm saying. Like,
but
I
think they're doing it.
It could be. It could
Those
be.
two are scammers, but they had to get this idea. I think behind the scenes this has been going on, and I think that's why so many people are quiet about it because it's like shh.
Because of their affiliation of some sort, or for fucking email heads, somebody think that they're in the government high up or something, and think that okay, I'm talking to somebody who has the president's ear or his aide's ear or something, and this message is going to get to him. And it's like, no, you're just wiring money to a bank account that these motherfuckers is going to
and 9 people.
take
I
out.
wonder how much
kill.
the other 8 people paid.
Yeah, they probably did that scam and got $10-15 million. Like, who knows? Who knows? People in trouble all over the place. And people are paid. If you got money, you're paid to get your ass out.
Obviously, got to be high priced people.
And 600,000, like, I'm sure, like, if he got the money to pay that, but I'm sure that hurts to get scammed for it.
Hell yeah.
Like, it's like almost $1 million fucking.
Yeah.
That ain't no taxes thing. Like, that's cash. Like, he do a bunch of shows every weekend.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Last gram.
Yep. The Nolan Wells case. What was the new information on that? We've been following this a little bit. There's some new information.
Well, yes and no. Initially the story was that Nolan went to this island with his friends. His friends left him on the island. He didn't want to go back at that time because he wanted to be with a girl. Now it's been shown that there was a picture of a pool party
off the island,
like back on land, like July 5th. Like, so this all initially started on 4th of July. So July 5th, but like it might have been like 1 o'clock in the morning, let's just say. So same night of activities, but it just went over into the next morning. So now the question is, okay, he did make it back to the land. Y'all saying he didn't, he did. He was at this pool party. And then also there was some report of the boat that was being driven. The mother, who's the judge of one of the guys, had the boat like detailed and clean. It's just a lot of sketchy stuff. Then the picture that was posted of the pool party, then it was removed, and then people are saying, oh no, that party was from a different time. It's just a lot of sketchy stuff, a lot of lies that are being told, or not even lie, but just stuff that doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. I know initially they were the family was having the funeral at the Mississippi Coliseum. Maybe it's like a football stadium or something, and they canceled it and they're moving it to somewhere else. They said it wasn't the venue who canceled it. It was the family's decision to cancel it for whatever reason. So I think the saddest part is that it's so much information, which can be a gift and a curse because the cops are having to weed through all of this, and for the family, they just want answers, and it's no answers yet.
We're gonna keep an eye on the Nolan Wells case. Everybody pray for their family. Thoughts and prayers to them, and rest in peace to Nolan Wells.
Yes.
I'm sure some shit gonna come out. These boys did something to him. Yeah. They did something.
And if not them, like,
they know something.
Yeah, exactly.
They know something. Y'all was once all friends, and y'all go out together. Motherfuckers don't come home and don't nobody know nothing. Don't nobody want to say nothing. Yeah. One of y'all gonna be stupid to tell and talk and send a text message.
Yeah, some gonna come out.
It's a wrap. To the podcast 285, shutting it down. It's your boy International Walk.
Your girl Tasha comes with the mostest.
You know by now, you fuck with us, you fuck with us.